All right, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Josh AA4WX. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell down below. That way you're alerted to all videos that I post or if I live stream or anything like that. Today we got a special treat. I got a box right here. Stick around and find out what's in it. All right, folks, came home today and we have a box. Ham Radio Outlet Atlanta. So this came from Ham Radio Outlet. I am not affiliated with Ham Radio Outlet, but I appreciate them getting me this radio. So let's unbox and see what we got. These scissors are sticky. Sticky. Ain't no telling what the kids have been into with them. Got a ton of packing peanuts. See if we can get this out of the box without the packing peanuts coming all over the creation. All right, so this Icom 52A, or not 52A, what am I thinking? I have a 52A. This is the Icom 5100. Now, if you've seen my truck video, when I show the Mobile Shack, this is the same radio I have in the truck. Now we're gonna have one in the house too. So let's open it up. First up, got a small, I'll turn this around so y'all can see as I open things up. Little sleeve here. It's not gonna slide out, so I have to cut it open. So we have our head. There's the head right there. Put that to the side for now. Another smaller box here. So here's the microphone. Comes with the HM207 microphone. Got a fuse. Not quite sure what that is there. So you got a fuse, but you also have this thing. This is your data cable for connecting the head to the radio itself. You got your power cord, very nice. And then this is part of your mounting system here. So we'll pitch this to the side. That's all for that portion. And here you go. Icom does a fantastic job packaging their stuff. Very nice and protected. And so here's the radio. So you have your slot for your SD card. That's if you want to record QSOs, things like that. You can do that there. And then you've got two connections here. One is for the controller. The other one is for your microphone. On the back side, you have your typical PL259 that you'll run your coax for out to your antenna, whether that's in your mobile or in your house or shack, whichever you want to call it. Over here, you have a data input. You have the speaker 1 and speaker 2. So you can have two different speakers because it is a dual band 2 at a time radio. So you can listen to two sides of the radio at one time. And you can separate those speakers, have one for one side of the radio, one for the other side of the radio. Very, very nice. And then finally, in the box, we have the manual. So also your warranty card and stuff like that. All right, so I'm gonna put all the stuff back in the box. Then we'll go into the shack and set it up. So All right. So here we are in the shack. Forgive the mess. So I'll put the microphone to the side for now. I've got the head right here. Here's the controller cable. Here's the power cord, and here's the radio itself. Let's start with the power cord. So I'm going to take off. First off, if you're ever dealing with power, cut the power first just to be safe. So I'm cutting the power. Going to give it a second to dissipate the current out of the line. That should be plenty. Now I'm going to unplug this old power. Take this and put this out of the way. All right, now, and I try not to unbundle my cables too much. You know, leave them bundled up just enough to where it doesn't take up too much space. So just gonna loosen this up just enough. That should be plenty. And so ICOM sends it with this little plastic cover on top of your power leads. So I'm just gonna pull that off. All right, red and the red, black and the black. Yeah, it's not gonna work. All right, so I might have to fray this a little bit in order to get it to stand. I think, unless I can figure out another way of going about it. Yep, going to fray it. Be right back. So you can see we've got two good frays here. That'll ever focus, the red and the black. So we're just going to take this. So we're going to take the red. Make sure you got a good wrap around the pole. Now, several of you use Anderson power poles, and that's fine. I don't know the first thing about Anderson power poles, so I do it the old-fashioned way. And your black. All right, not the cleanest job, but it'll work. All right, so now we're going to take this. I'm going to take one piece of my cable. You know what? Just for good measure, let's take one more. All right, just make it a little longer. And take that, feed it around the back. And you can see our connector is there and ready to go. So my coax is laying there. So I'm going to take it and feed it back through here. And we're going to take and put the coax into the PL259. Alright, so now that that's there, we can go ahead and apply the power to the radio, at least the power cord, that is. And then I use an external speaker. So I'm going to sit that external speaker right there. The radio does have a speaker built in, but I just prefer you having an external speaker. I'll take the radio and I'm going to plug it into speaker 1. Alright, so that's there and ready to rock and roll. Alright, so got that part done. Now, let's do the head. Actually, better yet, do this first. Got the microphone. Alright, so we will take the mic and plug it in right like so, where it goes. I'll hang it on its little stand I use there. So I don't use screws and stuff for this kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I've got these command strips and they work just fine. One command strip should do it. So I'm going to take one command strip and I want to put it on the top of the radio, or the top of the head I should say, because you can see there's writing right here, so you won't get the greatest connection right there with the plastic. So I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to take another one and just push it right down on top. Pull the adhesive off of it. And then I'm just going to stick it in right there. Well, you can't see, but right there it is, all right? So, last step before we can turn the power on. Let's put the data cable to it. So, same thing, I'm not going to let too much cable out, just enough for what I need. So your plug's on this side. Your other end is right here. First I'm going to tighten this back up. Otherwise you'll have wires everywhere. And I don't know if I'm in the way, so that's hard to say if I'm in the way or not. I'm just going to plug that in right like so. We can throw power to it. And up she comes. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go menu, call sign, my call sign. Edit. WX, enter, back. We can close that squelch down. And then my station, my call sign, TX message is fine. So that's about it. Pretty simple. So I actually already have a code plug because of the one in my truck. Let me zoom out. Y'all don't need to see me that close and personal. I already have a code plug built because of the one in my truck. So I'm going to hook that one up, get it programmed, and then we'll be good to go. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you need to get your ham radio license, hamradioprep.com. Use coupon code HamShackTV for an extra 10% off. They're already great prices. Let me know if you have the 5100, Icom 5100. It's a fantastic radio and I love it. Appreciate HRO sending this. I don't have any affiliation with them, but they are a fantastic company. Don't forget all the links in the description down below. And thanks for subscribing and liking and clicking the notification bell. Have a great day. 73. This is AA4WX, WSCB 693.